Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome back to Rage Across New York, Season 2. In this particular scene, Havika has been on the lookout for the Master of Challenges, wishing to ask him a few questions about some recent events. Where might he find the Master of Challenges?
Probably on the Born of the Set. He's recently just concluded his training regimen with one of the pain spirits that has been lingering around people of the set. To grant himself more physical stamina, he has literally been going a very literally torturous training regimen. A very simple deal was made. The pain spirit gets to inflict pain and injury upon him. In exchange, he gets to dictate to what degree and how and when, so that he may train himself to be more enduring in the face of danger, something that, in light of surviving nuclear fire, he believes he could always use more of, something that he believes he could better himself in. And, well, it has definitely been a fast track to success. He has definitely grown from this and has definitely learned how to overcome pain without having to rely on his own spiritual gifts.
And Dora, you kind of watching by, making sure nothing too bad happens while he's doing this?
Yeah, he's probably with his alpha. I mean, he's pretty sure nothing bad's gonna happen, but you never know. So pack. It's always good to spend time with, members of your pack.
Good. Havika comes by, seeing what you guys are doing in the Umbra, and will wait at the outer ring of your training regimen. Seems to be waiting patiently for you to get your wits together as you're finishing up your regiment. What voice came out? Oh, sorry.
So Dawn will see Havika and Havika?
Dorian nods to him and goes, not Dorian. Havika nods. That'd be weird. There's another one. Havika will nod over to Dorian and say, "Backbone."
God fucking damn it, your keyboard is loud.
1 second.
So you seem to be healing well.
Yeah. Well, it's been a while now, but yeah, thanks to you and thanks to Clay, I healed.
Yeah, that's good.
How about you? How are you feeling with what happened?
I'm doing better. I wasn't too injured, it was more of just mentally tired from that night.
Oh, so we didn't get to kill Vasily, so. And I'm guessing, something tells me you might be kind of pissed about that.
No, I'm not happy that I couldn't kill Vasily. Very much so. And I doubt the coward's going to stay in New York. He might have already ran back to whatever hole he wants to hide in, which irritates me so.
Maybe a bit at least for a while. Might come back though. Wouldn't put it past him.
I don't need a while. I need him dead. I'm tired of old ghosts haunting me. They even know the bastard.
Elephane, the heroes of the hour.
Master of Challenges.
Good to see you both. How are you all doing?
I've been here for like 20 minutes, but you were busy. Osberg.
Yeah, I am. I had to rein in an over-eager spirit. Jacob does look quite haggard.
Well, it's now a bad time to speak with you, or should I come another day?
No, it's fine. Pain isn't as much as an obstacle for me as some spirits would like to believe. Something sometimes they need to be reminded of, unfortunately. A shame, considering how vengeful they tend to be when promises on their end are broken. I thought they'd be perhaps a little more discerning.
That depends on the spirit. All spirits are bound by their deals, but they don't respect them the same way.
Well, this one certainly didn't respect theirs.
And speaking of things of respect, I have to ask, what's the deal with this Basset?
Well, the Kwame?
Yes.
Well, I mean, were you there? You were there, weren't you?
No.
Yeah, you were. I remember some of the things you said there. Yeah. You were definitely there. I remember that.
I was there.
I mean,
I have never met the being.
Well, what do you mean? What do you mean by deal? I more or less agreed to back her territory as long as she compensated my kinfolk for bringing them harm or getting them thrown out of their homes. It wasn't an ideal deal, but it was either that or I just, we would kill her, and I'd rather not.
Oh, do you know where the Kwame resides?
Her territory has been known for a while now, and she has flags set up at the boundaries, so it's fairly recognizable. Her name's Glass in the Wall.
Yes, Glass in the Wall.
Yeah, I have her contact details. Skyfalling has her contact details. So if you want to meet with her, then I can't guarantee that she'll meet with any one of us, to be honest. She's, as I said, she's very skittish. She has an intense dislike for the Garu, but
no, I intend on speaking with her. I feel that your direct involvement has made me to expedite that particular reason. She resides in our territory, and I'm concerned that my interactions with her may be hindered.
Oh, I do expect people to respect her territory.
Yeah, but I
back to
wasn't
claim
involved since she was already in our spot to begin with.
Oh, I mean, it's not like I didn't give you guys time. I mean, I did speak about this at the moot. I mean, if you wanted to talk, I did explain my intent. This is, pretty much everything I've done has been as I stated I would do. It's not. I mean, it has been quite a while. If you wanted to intervene, I could. I could have spoken.
Well, I was busy.
I could have spoken on your behalf, or your well, Roland's actively helping your kinfolk. That was covered at the moot, so I don't.
I was
Bonar kinfolk
at the time, and I won't deny there has been ample time, but I didn't think there would be a making that was relatively in my territory outside of my range of influence.
I mean, as far as I'm aware, she's not in your territory. As far as I'm aware, I mean, she could be making haven outside of her designated territory. But from what I've seen, it's on your borders, but not explicitly within your territory. If it's explicitly within your territory, then that would be a pretty significant. I mean, the way I was going about this would have been quite different.
Havika shakes his head. We have been expanding, and she has actually been in our territory for quite some time, west from my apartment building.
Are you sure? I mean, I can double check, but as far as I'm aware, I mean, I'm just hearing about this now.
No, it's been a thing that my pack has been telling me about, as you said, for a while now. That she's less of a neighbor, more of a roommate. But at the time, since she is Farah, and as everybody keeps explaining that she seems not to want visitors, I was planning to deal with her once the Vasily problem got situated. I didn't want to bring another enemy on my door.
Quick out of character comment. I am being notified by an ST that she is bordering your territory, but is not explicitly within it.
Okay. Everybody said it seemed like it was in it, unless that was bordering it.
No, her territories may be bordering you, and as such is in conflict of it, but out of character. I don't think she's actually expanded into your territory or anything. Okay. If not, I think Jacob would have taken a far less tactful approach. Because that is an issue. That is a contest of claims, which is resolved quite differently. But yeah. But yeah. That is what I have been told out of character. So just so you are aware as well.
Okay, then. Rewarding situation. It's more of a now. He'll say, but now you put a roadblock in the middle of me when I want to try to go further west.
Don't you mean isn't your territory on the west side? I'm pretty sure her territory is to the east of yours. Let me double check. Because there's not much further west you can go other than meeting water where you're based. One second. I can actually get the map up so we can double check. You are literally you part of your territory is literally Hudson Bay. To be fair, so she's to the east of you, not to the west of you.
Okay. Then I misread that. Which actually I was planning on moving east. So there's a brown with that black gray square. That's what the Silver Tusk took for us way back when. Then I plan on further going east to start going south. So all right, then I misunderstood that information, though she is still technically in our way.
She is in your way. It's still expected to be respected, though. It's
I don't plan on disrespecting her. It's just, it's more red tape that I have to deal with now.
I understand the issue. It's I apologize that it's made things harder for you, but I can't say I didn't give people time. This could have been brought up at the moon. To be honest, to be completely blunt, this does come rather late.
This was a difference in priority. I didn't think she was going to have any backing. I was assuming it was just we're going to speak on proper terms, saying that we're not hostile, and leave it at that. I wasn't expecting any official document to be involved.
Icarus informed me that she'd thrown Silverfang kinfolk out of that area. I mean, I was definitely going to involve myself after hearing that.
Yeah, I remember that.
She's basically paying for their travel expenses, which isn't amazing. But again, the alternative is just getting involved in a brawl, and it's not really optimal. Now I've told her that it's kind of in both our interests for her territory or for that area to not fall to the worm. So yeah. And I prefer to make friends among the Pharaoh where I can.
Havika nods. Yes. He seems to come to an understanding that he has realized he has misunderstood the information given to him, or what he understood.
I'm interested in has Icarus had anything to say about this? Or anybody else? I'm curious about the feedback. I mean, I know it's raised a few people's hackles, not just your own.
possibly one may think that you're doing what you typically do. You take over, which there's pluses and cons to that.
Mm.
Some would say you are doing what Mother Arissa does. You are hitting us too hard. But I feel that's less of a hidden response and more of a sense of responsibility and obligation on your part.
Pretty much. I likely would not have involved myself unless it was explicitly to mediate between Glass in the Ball and another Garu, or if it was to ensure my kinfolk were heard, they were heard, and as such, I've come to an arrangement, and the hell was made. She compensates my kinfolk and understands that she can't just fuck around with my kinfolk, or she's going to be in trouble, and she gets my backing. But I expect people to respect that. And if people just start trying to muscle and take a turf, I will intervene because I have to keep my word.
Havika nods and kind of rubs at one of the strands of his hair.
But it's not so big that you can't go around, right? I mean,
I don't want to do what you guys did with the Glen. I don't need to make her feel uncomfortable.
I mean, I think the situation is a bit different. The Glen initially had nobody there. The Kwame is actively claiming that area and has been claiming that for a while with nobody else there.
Yeah, but I understand she may not feel comfortable if we do go around her, because that's to her that would be enemies on all sides, and only hoping that we keep to our word.
Well, I mean, you know who to talk to if you want to have a word with her. Doesn't mean she'll necessarily respond. You might have to go out of your way to get a response. But she, I mean, if you contact her, I mean, through Skyfalling, she may respect it. She and Skyfalling appear to have some sort of professional relationship, so, and she appears to have less of an issue with the Korax than she does the Garu, so perhaps that's a more optimal way forward if we want to contact her. But yeah, I don't really have too much to say other than what I've said, other than what I've already said.
He nods. The few times Havika does not seem to be tense about something, so.
But yeah. Anyway, how have you guys been celebrating? I was celebrating. Then Then I made an erroneous deal with a pain spirit that decided to break its fucking word. Apologies for the lack of patience I just displayed.
And helping out with that party for the Glen, it seems we should have a decent enough turnout.
Yeah, I'm hoping to. Sorry.
No, continue.
I was just going to say I was hoping to have a word with Black Fury in question and assist myself, but of course it's a bit out of my wheelhouse, not being a Theurginal. Zelda seems to have it unlocked.
No, the spirit part will be the easy part. It's getting the people to arrive is going to be the hard part.
What do you mean?
The idea is we're trying to facilitate an emotional resonance on this side, to cooperate on the other side. With no people, instead, no resonance.
Well, what is it specifically you're looking to do? You're looking to create some sort of resonance. What is the resonance? Maybe I can help.
Creativity.
Creativity? Well, actually, I may be able to help with that. My wife is an artist.
And that will make it that much more easier. We are basically making a equivalency to a potluck and a gala. Yes.
She's she's an artist and a very good one. I'm sure she'd be happy to help out with whatever you have planned. Granted, I'll ask her first, but before volunteering her. But
Vesper is a makeup artist too, if that helps.
Yeah, I mean, if you wanna, if you wanna hold an event at a park, I mean, this might be something I think we can all organize.
And we've already been doing the organization, getting the people at this point, and getting the proper permits. The word is out. It's just a time.
Might be able to expedite the permits. Depends on how publicly Zelda is involved.
Well, as far as anybody else is concerned, this is let's just say, a community event. There should not be too odd, unless somebody makes it odd.
You shouldn't have an issue getting permits for that unless someone interferes.
Indeed.
But that is something I will be able to help you with if that happens. I'll keep an eye on the process of it all. I have someone in City Hall, so they keep an eye on it, and if someone decides to fuck with it, then we'll know who's doing that.
Then, let's see. I have been increasing my, not necessarily status, let's just say my clientele. So.
For clientele for what again?
I'm officially a gunsmith by the government.
Ah, yeah, that's right. Yeah. How did I forget that? That's a remarkably distinctive thing about you.
Working on a project for Icarus right now. He wanted a handgun.
Oh. I look forward to seeing what you come up with.
So, if you talk to Eyes in the Dark, you can see the rifle she has. That was me.
Who in the dark, sorry?
Eyes in the Dark, aka Missy.
Ah. She had a pretty mean shotgun when we took out those spirals.
That was me too.
Ah, nice. Yeah, Asshole wanted to make a deal with us to take Miss Slivery. That was more or less. You have no idea who you're talking to, do you? And we cut that negotiation short.
Let's see. And you may start hearing my name go around, especially if you go down to Hell's Kitchen. I'm being involved with the art community.
Archery community?
No, the art community.
The art community. Interesting.
Well, it's not like our kind hasn't influenced culture on that level before.
No, I was just curious as to why. Is it part of your organization efforts? Is that the purpose behind it, or is it just one of many reasons?
It's one of many reasons. I would like to increase, let's say, proper understanding of diversity, not the stuff they force in the movies. And if we can get the people, even in that area, to be more aware not only of the people that are actually in it, but the nature that they're affecting, that will increase at least the quality of living there.
Hopefully. It's a tricky thing, managing economics on that scale.
Yeah, nothing much right now, but I'm hoping in time I'll be something.
Improving quality of life can all too easily just lead to gentrification, result in pushing people out and bringing in people who already have that money. So it's a difficult thing to manage. But I appreciate the effort. Can't change things if you don't put the effort in. So hopefully those efforts bear fruit. Certainly I'd say your efforts have been bearing fruit. Everything, expanding your territory, taking out those kinfolk, helping out the Glen. Things look like coming together for you finally. Taking a while to get there, but looks like you're getting there. And you're going to give the silver tusks a black eye while you're at it, and how can I say no to that?
Don't smell at that.
And other than that, I don't have much else to report to you, Master of Challenges.
Wow. I just here to chat. I was just curious as to everybody's what's been going on. I never get the chance to speak with people as much as I used to anymore, and things like this. Wind down and get a more grounded perspective. It's something I found frustrating as I climbed the ladder. It's you want to remain grounded and maintain the street level perspective to bring that as you grow more powerful politically, but these politics tend to drag you away from it, whether you want to or not. It's frustrating. I like to think I've maintained some degree of street level perspective, but I feel like recently I've been very much looking from on high. But yeah, I'm glad to see things are shaping up for you. And hey, you're a friendly neighborhood hero now.
Guess I am.
Yeah. We literally stopped nuclear apocalypse.
Yeah, but nobody needs to know that.
Well, everybody in the know knows it. So.
And I've been curious, and just since this event has happened, what's going to be our plan to make sure this doesn't happen twice?
Well, Vassal is going to ground. As for happening twice, well, specifically the same thing can't happen twice. You would have to spend the next 30 years rebuilding his entire industry, and frankly, now we know what to look for. So that's going to make that more or less impossible for him. Half the reason he was able to build up his business and do all of this at all is because we had no idea he even existed. He wasn't on the radar for any of us. Now he is. So going out of his way to rebuild the same institution for the same purpose, it's not going to be on the table for him. I'm currently trying to corner what remains of his mortal connections, at least in law enforcement. We know he's got media connections. I'm going to be looking into those shortly, but my own connections there are far less concrete, so I'm going to have to be a lot more careful. And as we slowly whittle away at what remains of his power base, he's either going to be forced to disappear completely, but at that point we know he exists, and he'll be forced to basically fade into obscurity, die alone, or he'll be forced to act out of desperation, which he'll probably do, because there's no way he can let go of this grudge. He will continue to act against us, and if he is forced into a corner and will be forced to act directly, that's exactly what he'll do. He's been acting indirectly because so far he's had the power and the luxury to do so. Eventually he will no longer have that luxury, and he'll either flee the state entirely, or he will settle for petty acts of aggression, which will inevitably get him killed. He can't hide forever. It's only a matter of time now.
All right. As he nods. The
crows are circling, as it were. Oh, pardon?
What are we going to do with IES?
IES. I'm going to have to look more into IES, see if they can be salvaged or not. The fact that the office was burnt down, so many of their assets stripped, necessary of course, but makes it more difficult to make something of them. I may look to buying it out. Let me see what can be done with it. We can, given that Vasily can't really use it to the extent that he could before. I think that will happen. I don't think the shareholders are going to want to remain on board after this. What does concern me is that Vasily will probably still be keeping an eye on things, and he's going to note the kinfolk and the Garu that involved themselves in buying out the business. We could use that, but we have to be careful. I absolutely expect him to go back to just killing kinfolk out of petty vengeance because he has nothing else. But we will. We can't predict everything. We just have to do what we can here. So that's more or less the plan with IES. Look into buying it out using my own income and our own kinfolk. I don't want to move on that yet. That's something I would like to involve more Garu and kinfolk, not just myself and my pack, but I guess that depends on whether you guys have an interest and or the monetary income to do it, because obviously it is still a multi-million-dollar business. It's not might be on the cheap, but still not something one can just pick up and purchase, So I'll discuss that with you, Dorian, and Zelda, and all your kinfolk can pitch in, and we'll see what we come up with, and then I guess we'll discuss it with you and whether the behemoths have an interest. I'm not sure they will. This doesn't really seem up their alley, but then again, don't judge a book by its cover.
Give them the opportunity.
But yeah, I'll have a word with them as well and see. They may decide to opt out. But not that I blame them, particularly if it's not up their wheelhouse.
I'm curious. Despite the money, let's say that through the South we're able to pull enough money to try to buy out this company and reestablish ourselves within it. Who actually has the skills to run the company?
I mean, I know some people, and several of my kinfolk are astute business owners.
And Halika looks at you, kind of nodding his head for a little bit.
Contrary to... Oh, sorry.
No. Go ahead, sorry.
Contrary to popular belief, our tribe isn't that much, is that much richer, like he air quotes, like richer or wealthier or upper class than any other tribe in terms of, monetary value. Probably more on average, I would assume, but I would say the Glasswalkers are wealthier than we are.
Okay. I'm not really talking about money at this point. I've been studying finance amongst other things for a decent amount of time now.
I don't think Jacob actually has the finance skill because it's not a wealth of knowledge.
No, but how's his academic at?
Oh, my academics is bad, so granted I have hilarious math intelligence, so it kind of it's still a good dice pool anyway. But yeah, he is not the most astute entrepreneur, economist, or business owner. He is not has not really Jacob saying. But he still has a sort of innate knack for those sorts of things anyway. He just hasn't really honed it. I guess that's kind of the attribute, but the high attribute, but low ability. Not studied, but just well versed. Not well versed, well suited.
Halicka will continue. I think, I don't mean to say this in arrogance, but as a fact of the matter, I'm probably the only one that has something above a high school education as an understanding of proper computers and technology on this set.
Well, I mean, Blinds the Weaver exists.
Blind the Weaver is not part of this set.
I mean, I'm cutting her some slack because she saved my life.
And I know damn well for sure I'm probably one of the better liars here if we need to make up a farce about it.
Maybe. That's never really been my thing. I mean, I've gotten better at it out of necessity just because the veil, but well, yeah, weaving tall tales has never really been my thing.
And
just not really my style.
And with my particular totem, dealing with streets and politics is something that is good at.
That's true. Granted, dealing with the streets isn't really something that IS does.
You'd be surprised how they get involved.
I mean, yeah, they had a private military, but I would say it's more financial. It'd be a more financial and bureaucratic skill set that would.
Which I do have.
Again, well, I'll contact the behemoths about it, and you and your pack and my pack, and they can all discuss with their kinfolk, and we can see where it goes. Given our nature, we aren't the best at being the face of things. I mean, even Vasily didn't do that. Just had a bunch of empty suits take control. Well, he controlled them.
I think we underestimate our power to influence. The rage is not nearly as a hindrance as people think it is.
Well, I mean, I am a police captain, so it's not like we can't have influence, particularly when we're in the right place to possess it. So I guess we'll see.
Like you said, you'll let us know.
Yeah. In the meantime, you can just go over it. See what Icarus thinks. I'm sure Icarus will be all for it. He seems like the sort of person that would be.
He nods. There's an obvious look of interest in his eyes in this particular subject.
What else is there to deal with? Let's see. Oh, I guess. There's some pat business to deal with. And then there's. Because I really just dealt with all my chores a few days ago. I think it's just pack business and a couple of other things. do need to have a word with Mist at some point, that's true. Oh yeah, actually relating to Mist, there's something I never actually spoke to you about at the moot, but you said she was a thief or a crook or something.
Yes, I did.
Why?
Because I have a good suspicion that she's been stealing knowledge from other tribes.
What gives you that suspicion?
How the Black Sprawl has been acting and how much she knows.
I mean, keep in mind, the Black Sparrows literally tried to negotiate with us to steal her shit.
Yep, they did.
I don't really consider their word worth anything, to be honest. If anything, it's worth less than nothing, because it's often used to just turn us against each other. It's literally anti-useful. If a Black Sparrow says something, it's probably less likely to be the truth.
Just because the gold is covered in shit doesn't mean it's still not gold.
I'd just be worried about what you say, because this is currently an unsubstantiated accusation.
You haven't seen what I've seen when I'm with her.
I mean, that
I heard.
Okay, and what are you hearing?
She seems to know way too much about things that she shouldn't know about.
And to be fair, so do I.
Good now.
Less about the Garo, more about everything else.
Yeah. She has too many Garo secrets that she's not supposed to have. I'm well aware of things people should and should not know. That's what I'm supposed to do.
Well, I mean, again, it's like I'm not really giving any specifics other than she knows the weird, spooky stuff. And I'm like, what is that? What does that mean?
Well, if I told you that, then there wouldn't be much of a secret now, would it?
I mean, I'm aware of stuff you can do, and I'm aware of other tribes. I even have, I have knowledge of other supernaturals entirely.
And he nods in understanding.
I'm not saying you shouldn't be suspicious. I'm just saying, there's a difference to being suspicious and then making accusation based on the word of our worst enemy.
Oh, not just her. Like I said, it's not like I didn't know Mist. Probably not as deeply as you do, but I knew her. Let's not forget, I was talking behind Blast Banner's back for so long.
Yeah. All I'm saying is maybe don't go off calling somebody a thief without the evidence to call them as such. Particularly one of our tribe that's a sensitive matter.
It's hard to show off items to people that they're not supposed to know about. That's what makes this interesting. But I say this, and let's just go with no reason to be coy about this. Irritation.
Okay, yeah, because what do you mean irritation?
I don't think you get the conversations that I had with her. She's way more clever than she thinks she is. She's not some delicate wallflower that I feel like she tries to pull off onto people.
To be fair, she's an Adrian.
Yeah, she does, but she plays the victim very easily.
Oh, of course.
But that even when you and I spoke to her, she shown that she's a terrible liar, but she does her damnedest.
Playing possum is a powerful trick.
Yeah, but doing it poorly, I don't respect.
Well,
and that has always soured my opinion about her.
And yet you seem to lack the evidence that you're accusing her of. So
It's not that I don't like it.
if she is guilty, she's certainly doing something, right?
It's not that I don't have evidence. I just can't tell you.
Well, I mean, that's not admissible. Like, if I were in a courtroom and you walked up to me and said, I have evidence that this person is guilty, but I can't show you the evidence, the judge would rightfully say, what? It's not. That's not. I'm not saying you're being dishonest. I'm saying that's. Regardless of whether you possess that knowledge or not, it doesn't help your case.
No, but
it certainly
putting any titles on here. I'm basically doing mainly slander and mudslinging, which you have every right to be upset with, but I'm not damning her with anything.
Well, I mean, it was an accusation. That's why I bring it up. And slander. I mean, what is slander other than an unsubstantiated accusation that damages somebody's reputation? That's in that dictionary definition of it.
Then he nods.
Yeah, it's the action or crime of making. To be fair, you could be right, but it's unsubstantiated. So, I mean, I'm really giving you the benefit of the doubt here. I mean, if I on an own, I think my response would be far less charitable. In fact, I think if it were anyone but me, my response would be far less charitable. I'm just saying, like, if you're going to call somebody a thief, or particularly one of my tribe, like, again, it just so happens that it's more sensitive for our tribe than others, but I don't think any tribe would take it kindly or lying down. That leads to. I mean, in my tribe, it can lead to lethal challenge. Well, it has in the past.
Have you actually asked her?
I mean, I wait. What?
Have you asked her if she's a thief? And even if you did, do you, like you said, she is one of your tribe, would you be willing to tell me? Was she even willing to be honest with you? That's what makes this difficult.
In theory, I could compel her. So, granted, I probably, to be fair.
But would you?
To be fair, no, because everything I can do feels as if I'm dodging a question in that regard. So I think to give you a truthful answer, I would not compel her. I would ask her, but I would check with my gifts. Yeah. So I would not force her. I would not force her to using my gifts to answer the question. I would simply allow her to answer and then use my powers to check whether or not she's telling the truth, because that is less invasive.
Only covers the truth of the statement. If they believe they're not a thief, even though they're doing thieves' actions, truth the guy fails you.
To be fair, how would that work? That would imply someone's being if they are committing, because thievery is.
And Halika kind of gives you a side-eye look. I'm very sure if you read a history book, a lot of people convince themselves into doing tragedy.
This is true, but
that's why I would recommend, if you really will interview her, I've been planning to make some truth earrings. Those are harder to get around.
Truth what, sorry?
Truth earrings. They're a very interesting fetish that one of us should have as Philodoxes. It doesn't allow any verbal lies to be spoken. Or at least you're more aware of verbal lies. and that lies in the purest intent, as in misguiding or withholding information. Not
that
belief.
is a powerful fetish to have for us. Yes, I think I might look into acquiring some of those. Then again, I already possess a fetish myself, and I've already made one fairly recently. I probably shouldn't push my luck with the spirits too much. I'm already in enough deals as it is. I think I need to wait some time to resolve my current debts before getting myself involved in more. But yeah, it's just be mindful of it is all I want to say, and perhaps I am miffed about it. I'll be honest.
I will apologize, Jacob.
Right.
My words were not meant to hurt you, just her.
Well, that is the problem. Because, as you said, if you just say it unsubstantiated, it can easily be classified as slander. If you want to make that accusation, then it needs evidence backing it, or at least it needs something. Like an accusation of thievery is significant.
Evidence that you can show, because saying, like Jacob was saying, I have evidence but I can't show it, is pretty much just the same as going in with no evidence.
And for the record, making a subterfuge roll. Where the fuck is my thing? God damn it! I can't scroll down on my laptop to the old dice roll. I have to use some obscure as hell method to reach it. Well, not obscure. I just have to go find conversation and go do it that way because it just won't go on its own. Dice roll. Dice roll. Dice roll. It is. Unfortunately.
So, am I trying to see if you're hiding anything from me, or?
Yeah, if you want. I'm definitely spending willpower because lol. Pure breed. Okay, so that's 4 successes with the willpower spent.
Okay.
Again, I don't really know what you have, so maybe you do have something. But we're going in circles now, so
indirectly involved with my pure matter right now.
Let's talk. Yeah, well, that hasn't gone very well for me, has it, MA?
This is a very important role. Okay, she's saying something in the chat.
All right. So I guess it would be perception empathy, because you're trying to look through.
Okay. I'll message you real quick saying if my pure breed matters or not. I don't think it does. It doesn't affect my perception of things, but might as well ask. But that character, yeah, I'm planning on making those truth earrings just because truth the guy can't be manipulated, can be finessed through. Hard, but can't.
Yeah.
Okay, then I will just roll my dice. Supposed to let that work. All right, match. Man,
Defender wins. Unless you have a specialty. Do you have a specialty?
I don't.
Okay, that is a draw then, which I think Defender wins. I think now generally I've seen it as the Subterfuger being the defender in this situation. I'm pretty sure that's always how it's been ran, but I guess to be the judge. But I have, I think.
MA doesn't see how.
Daryl also spent a willpower, so he also has 4 successes. We drew. We both got 3 successes by the roll. Oh, Lion says Jacob wins. Yeah, I can spend a gnosis and say Jacob wins. There you go. I do that. I'll spend an oasis and just win the social account. That's the second time I've done this. Oh God, I love you, Lion. Praise Lion, cat Jesus. There you go. Lion says I would.
Cat cheese.
Lion.
The
Oh
only
my
Tesla
God.
book that gave me empathy, gave me streetwise. Yeah. Havika looks at you. His body gesture says doubt, but his body kind of just nods. Goes, all right. Would you allow me a right of contrition for this act against your people?
By all means, you're not obligated to.
All right.
It's really more of a, I don't want to say warning, more of a, this is why people would have issues more than anything else. I'm not trying to come down hard on you. I know I kind of did, but it wasn't my intent.
No, this is a sensitive subject for both of us.
I think it is in general. I mean, I think most Garu, yeah. I'm going back in circles again, so which I tend to do. But yeah, what else is there? To be honest, I've kind of dealt with most of the issues on Sept right now. I might have to check out Millionaire Mile at some point. There's some weird shit going down there, and nobody's really checked on it, and it's been left to linger.
No.
No, gosh.
I should follow up with Icarus for the metro part. And hopefully those things haven't gotten even bigger down there. And there's things, and since we have so much more time on our hands, I can start focusing on the city again.
Yeah, we've been so wrapped up in this conflict that we haven't really had a chance to hit the streets in a while. It'll be good to get back to fundamentals.
Yeah. Well, I'm curious as Havika stands. He's been idly chewing on looks like a straw as the conversation has been going. If I were to find something that I could tell you, would you honor your position? Just
what do you mean?
if I could prove that Miss Lorne has been obtaining confidential knowledge of other tribes for whatever reason, which there's a part of me that respects being a Tenna, but there's also a part of me that feels like she's stepping on her toes.
I guess it kind of depends on whether she's been taking knowledge from this sept. Obviously, my position is the sept one.
And Havika points off in a direction. There are remnants all over New York.
There are what, sorry?
So there's remnants all over New York.
Remnants of what?
Of the past.
Well, obviously, but I mean,
that's the thing.
Of what she's hiding?
No, what she's found. She keeps her personal stuff, I'm assuming, on her property, more specifically.
So wait, how do you want me to honor my position? Because obviously my position is a set position. What would it? Sorry, I'm not sure I understand what you want me to do. Would it be a challenge? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, we don't need to make this that big of an issue, though it bothers me so. Be more of just a acknowledgement that I was right, if anything. So it's up to you guys whether or not the information I give you is enough to require official action against her.
Obviously, if I see evidence of something, I'm going to act on it. So it wouldn't be any other way. Actually, Jacob actually looks back. I don't think. To be fair, I don't think I've actually. I was going to say I haven't shown favoritism thus far, but then I haven't had to punish any silver fangs yet, so that's not really fair for me to say at all.
And Havika nods.
So,
and that's why I like you really... the most. You are willing to actually do your job despite the connection between blood. I've seen other Silver Fangs, even through Miss Lorne. I don't trust that she could do that. Family is a hard thing to go against, but I've had practice.
Well, I mean, if you can prove that she's a thief, obviously I'm going to acknowledge that you were correct. There's not really, otherwise it wouldn't even make sense for me to do on a practical perspective, right? Because if you present this evidence, I'd just be like, well, now I'm just making an ass of myself by being in denial, right? So it's not even ethical for me to, it's neither ethical nor practical, so either way, I'll be obligated to honor it. I don't really, it's, I don't feel like it should be that hard for most people. If I'm presented with evidence of something, obviously I have to acknowledge it.
You've been a police captain for at least half a decade, maybe less, longer. Mm-hmm. How many things have you had to lie to your department? No, we couldn't find the murderers, the vandals, the eco-terrorists. The evidence just went missing. We lost their trail.
This is fair, but they have nothing to say back to me. They don't. They would in this hypothetical situation, you would have a pile of evidence to say, nope, he's wrong. Which is why I'm saying it's neither practical for me either, and why I'm not really putting myself on a pedestal by saying, yes, you are right. Look at how honourable I am, because that would be arrogant and stupid. So at least that's how I perceive it. It's just not really in anybody's interest to deal with that. So if you definitively prove something, obviously, I'd say that's definitively true. There is definitive proof. It's the logical thing to do. And well, if nothing else, I guess I'm nothing if not logical. It's generally how I make my case to most people.
Again, Havika nods. And I didn't get to say to you, as he looks over to Backbone, congrats on your mission with Milo.
Thank you.
Yeah. Good job.
Nobody died, so that's a major plus.
Well, nobody on our side.
That's the people I care about.
And apparently the Fae won't come for vengeance, so I'll shrug.
I really do hope that doesn't come back to bite us. I hear those creatures are very hard to deal with, especially if you're playing their game.
No, it did concern me, but apparently, according to Copperwing, I forgot the name of the guy. How do you pronounce? I forgot the name of the guy we rescued, but can say the name of the guy they rescued and say, according to Copperwing and him, when they shouldn't seek revenge.
All right.
Coming here takes a lot for them, apparently.
Good to know.
So let's see. What else have we got? What other issues are outliers in this city right now? The worm's been awfully quiet, which is making me wary.
That's what the worm does. He doesn't have to be loud.
Yeah. Well, I know there's let's see what's going down in the city of New York. From what it looks like, most of the issues in Manhattan right now seem to be on the south side, from what I've been hearing. I guess it makes sense. I mean, we don't really have any territories that far down. Obviously, my pack, the Pride of the Sun, controls Randall's Island and parts of the east side.
No. So me and the Tusk, if they get off their ass, will take care of what's down south.
Does seem it does seem like it's more in your general direction. I mean, if you're expanding south, then just a sort of bonus for taking up dealing with the problem, right? 2 birds, 1 stone. Deal with the issue, claim territory. There you go.
Yep, we plan on going south and east, and if we can get past to the bridge, maybe bits of Jersey City, but I won't be too greedy about that.
I mean, the Pride of the Sun's expanded into a store, and we're probably going to be expanding both north and south, I think.
Well, I wish you the best of luck on your ventures, Master Challenge.
And I wish you luck as well. I'm glad. I'm honestly glad to hear everything's looking up for you. It's been, it's been quite a journey for you guys, to say the least. It's kind of nice to see you guys finally having a bit of respite.
Oh, this shouldn't be a problem, but I plan on doing this since I've already started on it.
Okay.
The Wendigo shouldn't be involved with us, but I've been interacting with them.
Oh, interesting. I haven't seen many Wendigo down here, not for a long time.
They stick to the Umbra. I don't like the city.
Have been interacting with you specifically, or just been making the rounds in general?
Oh, ever since they got that cub, they've been mainly calm.
Since they got the what, sorry?
The cub.
Remind me what that is. I don't think I was involved in that.
Oh, out of character, there was a Wendigo cub that we shaped with
Marisol.
Shelby's character. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, Shelby's character.
No, not her.
Because
Shelby was watching over Marisol, and the Wendigo got her.
Okay. I assume you just explained that to Jacob.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Surprised I didn't come up with the mood. Is the rest of us up aware that they're around, or is this just
Preferably, they don't like being noticed. This is between you and me right now.
Alright, I'll keep it on the down low. So long as they don't cause any issues, which I doubt they will. as long as they're not disrespecting people's territories or causing a fuss, it's not really a problem. And tend to I guess take the Miss Lawn approach. But yeah, I guess that's so. It was good seeing you again.
He nods.
It's a shame. I also wanted to catch up with Clay and Milo. Well, I guess we can do that later.
Surely you'll find Clay around the forge. I hear he's been busy at work.
Interesting. Well, yeah, I guess I'll pay him a visit. Pay him all a visit. I've got business anyway to discuss. Right. Well, I'm gonna head out.
All right.
Thanks for the chat. Kind of helped me forget about that. Ugh, kind of shakes his head. Thing. Appreciate it. See you guys later. See you sooner rather than later, Dorian.
A nod. Havaka, before you go, could you make a gun for me?
I could. What do you want?
Something that, handgun, something that I can hide. Mainly so that,
You got a lot of things.
I can have a chance to shoot. Sorry, go ahead. I didn't hear that. Oh, I see.
And mumbled by the straw, he goes, "You can hide a lot of things. I keep that sawed-off shotgun as a machine gun in a trench coat for a reason."
That could be something cool. I'd need something to shoot the enemy if they run in the distance, before I get to them, before I can get to them.
You could get good at, you could get good at throwing things. You don't need to have a gun or an arrow, and you work out. I've seen it.
True.
If you want one, I need to really know what you really want. Because Icarus had that problem too. He just wanted something easy to use and easy to maintenance, which that's why I'm making him just basically a semi-automatic. Nothing too complicated. But if you want something that reaches further, has a better clip size, rate of fire, or punch to it, I have to know that ahead of time.
I'll think about it.
Nods.
And with that, he'll nod and he'll go away.
I guess everybody
Yes.
goes their separate ways. Jacob will just sort of wave everybody off as they part ways.
And with that, thank you players for playing, thank you watchers for watching. Have a good morning, evening, or night.